There's a very simple way to get more clients from YouTube without uploading any more content. And one of my clients used this to get 6 sales calls from just a few minutes work. And if you don't know me, my name's Paul and I help business owners get clients from YouTube. See, most business owners upload about once per week to YouTube at most. And if that video doesn't hit, well, you've now wasted that opportunity for the week. But instead, there's a very powerful tool on YouTube that you can use to land clients, and it is a complete blue ocean at the minute. Not many people are using it. So occasionally you'll browse through YouTube and you'll see something that looks like this. And that is something called a community wall post. It's just some text, there'll be a bit of an image, maybe a link to a video, and this can be created in just a few minutes. Now, my client posted one of these 16 hours ago, and in that time, he has landed 6 sales calls. And that's the post. That's it. It took him a few minutes to write, dropped in an image, and he's booked 6 sales calls from that single post. So in this video, I want to break down why the strategy is so powerful, 2 types of community wall posts that you can use, plus some templates, and then how to easily implement this into your own strategy. So this is one of my client channels, and if you look at some of these posts, 2 single posts have generated over 30,000 impressions. So that is essentially just free views on his content, on his ideas that he wouldn't have otherwise got. And if you're sharing valuable insights, valuable ideas, knowledge and information here, you can very quickly start to land clients. And the first type of post that you want to be looking at posting is exactly what Brandon used, which is a client case study. And this is where you just talk about a recent client win, something that's been going on in your world, and explain it and how it happened. Now, I'm going to show you the exact template for doing this. So first, you want to start with the hook, and for a client result, you probably just want to start with the win and keep it punchy, specific and impressive, but you can talk about what happened. So did they book a load of sales calls? Did they make a load of money? Did they get a new promotion at work? Whatever it is that you helped your client to do, that will be the lead for your hook. And then you want to move over into the context. So here you're talking about what life was like before. What were they experiencing before? So maybe they were not landing many sales calls and now they did this thing and everything has changed. Maybe they were stuck at earning 10k a month, but now you've implemented this new strategy with them and helped them to break through and get to 25k a month. Whatever it is, you want to mention the before state that they were in, and ideally this will be the before state that your potential clients are currently experiencing. After that, you move over into the what we did. Now, you don't have to explain this in any crazy detail. You can just give a kind of overview for what happened and what it was that changed. So you're talking about the method, and you really want to focus on making it sound as simple and as easy as possible. After that, talking about the belief shift. So you're kind of reframing it and giving a lesson for the reader. So helping them realize what's possible for them. So for example, for me, I talk a lot about helping people to get clients from YouTube without needing to go viral, because I've seen channels pull in 100 views and book multiple sales calls from that single video. So I want to help people land clients without thinking, I need to get 1 million views on my content. After that, you go into the call to action, which can be a soft nudge to learn more or to engage in some way. So in this case, it could be to book a sales call. It could be to go and check out a free lead magnet or resource that you have. Or it could even just be to leave a comment beneath that post. Now, the second type of community wall post that you can use is actually a way to get more views onto your videos. So you use this to mention what your latest video was and give people a reason of why they should watch it. Now, what a lot of people will do is they just say, latest video's up, go check it out. But without a compelling reason, most people aren't going to take action and actually go and do that thing. So I want to give you the step-by-step on what you need to say. So the first thing is the hook. Again, so you can call out a specific frustration or a mistake that your ideal client is making. Then you talk about the actual problem in a little bit more detail. So that'll just be a little statement showing that you understand what they are going through. And then you move on to the promise. So tell them what they'll walk away with. What will they get if they watch this video? What is the transformation that they can expect to see? Then you get into the preview. So this could just be like a few bullet points about what they could learn in that video. Then you can briefly just qualify who it's for. So you can call out your ideal client so that they know this video is for them, and people who aren't your ideal client won't watch this, because we're trying to get views from the right person and not trying to just get views from anybody. Finally, just get into the call to action and just say, here's the link, go check it out, or words to that effect. Now, there are actually 5 other types of community wall posts that you can post. However, don't want to go into too much detail for the sake of brevity. However, if you do want help getting clients from YouTube, then I'll put a link down below in the video description about how I can help you with that. Now, finally, I just want to give you a very simple way for actually how to come up with some content for these community wall posts. So first thing is, every time you make a video, you could break it down into multiple different categories. There are about 7 of these, but here are 3 of them. So you could look at case studies. Are there any case studies mentioned in that video? Could you pull that story out and then use it in a community wall post? Are there just stories in there? For example, a transformation that you had, or even just an interesting moment. You could even look for tools within that video. So if the video is giving people a how-to, what are the tools that you recommended using? And you could just make a community wall post saying, here are the top 5 tools you need to use if you want to achieve X result. Now, the other method is to look at your everyday life and what is going on. So you don't even need to be making videos necessarily to still get clients from this method. You could look for reflections. So you could think back of where have your ideas changed? Where have you grown? What mistakes have you made? You could talk about content that you disagree with. So maybe you saw something that somebody posted recently and you disagree with that, and then you make a community wall post on that explaining your thought process. You can even answer questions that your audience have. And then at the bottom of it, you could say, if you have any questions yourself, put them in the comments below and I'll answer them in my next community wall post. So to actually post these on YouTube, you go up to the top right, click create, go to create post. That will bring up the community wall post there. And then you can choose between some different types such as image poll, text poll, quiz, video, and all of these are incredibly powerful. But if you want to learn a very simple system that one entrepreneur used to make over $8 million from YouTube, then I will recommend you watch this video next.